Hey guys, it is time to talk about the Leitz Phone. This was recently released by Leica. It is a collaboration between Leica and Xiaomi, and they came up with this beautiful product. So what we've got here is a phone that's got a cap, a lens cap. That's really cool. But anyway, let me tell you first, what are the three main cameras you're gonna find on this phone? The main camera has a 50 megapixels, 1-inch sensor. It is an equivalent to 23 mil. And it's got a maximum aperture of f1.6, and it is optically stabilized with OIS. So you're gonna get some beautiful results from the main camera. I mean, being a 1-inch sensor on a smartphone is great. Then there's the telephoto camera. This is a 1/1.4-inch 200 megapixels, 75 to 100 millimeters lens. It's got a variable maximum aperture of f2.3 to f2.9. It is optically stabilized as well. I said it's got 200 megapixels, but when you take a photo, you basically see 9 sections of the photo getting sharp. So it has to process that. And I'm sure it's like the multi-resolution, the multi-shot on the Leica, for example, SL3S, where you have a sensor that has 24 megapixels, but you can get a 96 megapixels photo using the multi-shot that will up the resolution of your photo. And last but not least, there's an ultra-wide 14 millimeters equivalent lens. This is a 50 megapixels camera with a sensor of 1/2.75 inch. So it is a very tiny sensor, very tiny. And the maximum aperture is f2.2, and it is not optically stabilized with OIS, which is okay because a wide angle lens doesn't need as much stabilization as a regular lens or a telephoto lens. Now that the specs are out of the way, let's have a look at the features and functions that you're gonna get from this Leica phone. It's got a Leica ring that can be turned like so. It's going to give you haptic feedback at the bottom of the phone here. It is very pleasant, very enjoyable. And you can use it to change things such as the exposure value, the EV. You can change the lens selection, focal length, or focus. There are 2 styles that you can apply, the Leica Authentic look and the Leica Vibrant look. It comes with 13 Leica filters. These are the filters you will find on the Leica Photo app for those that use Leica cameras. That was introduced back with the Leica Q3, and you can use this on all the cameras that came out after the Leica Q3, and you can download them, install them on your camera. These 13 looks are standard, vivid, natural, chrome, classic, contemporary, eternal, brass, teal, black and white natural, black and white high contrast, black and white Model A, and blue. The black and white high contrast is, by the way, my favorite on all my Leica cameras. I really like that look, and you can now use it on this phone. Now, is it the same as using it on your Leica camera? It comes really close to it. I have to say, at least when you look on the screen, it looks good. It looks enjoyable. And with the Leica ring here, you can change and go through, your different looks, your different filters, and you can then change your exposure value to make it look the way you want. By the way, the Leica shutter sound can be customized. There's different shutter sounds, the older one, the new ones, and I think it's a cool little detail. There are a lot of details in this phone, like lots of them, okay, tons of them. So I'm gonna tell you things that I find interesting, that I find cute, nice, interesting, and that you might find useful. And I'm not gonna tell you everything there is to know about this phone. You can use a digital zoom up to 120 times. Up until 8.6 times, I would say it's okay. When you go over that, it becomes unnatural, it drops in quality, and it's going to use a lot of AI. Now that AI can be disabled from the menu. You can go into the AI settings and disable that for most of the things that it's going to be using it for. I am not a big fan of AI. I did a test shot on my testing chart, for example, and it changed some of the numbers when I was zooming a lot, and it tends to make it a little bit like, smoothed out and invent things. It really just add things that are not there. That's something I don't want in my photography, so I disabled the AI features. I would rather have a bad quality photo than having AI invent things that were not there. But it could be useful if, for some reason, you need to zoom onto something and you really need to get that photo with 120 X zoom. There is a Pro mode. The Pro mode, as its name indicates, allows you to do things professionally. So you can change your exposure triangle settings. You can also shoot in RAW, in DNG files. The only way to shoot DNG files is using the Pro mode, and you can only shoot at 12.5 megapixels versus 50 on regular JPEG files. Your photos can be shot in either JPEG or HEIF formats, or if you want to shoot in DNG, as I said, in RAW mode, but only 12.5 megapixels. There is a macro mode that gets activated automatically when you get close to something, like you would see on an iPhone, regular phone. I do have to say that I prefer my iPhone for macro. You can get closer to your subject, and I find the quality to be better. The Leica Essentials mode is a really cool thing because they brought back the Leica M9 look and the M3 with a film, okay? But the Leica M9 specifically is something I really like because, well, I own personally 4 Leica M9s, so I was in love with that CCD sensor, that Kodak collaboration, that look in the reds, in the greens, in the blues. I mean, that was very particular. And I find myself loving that mode. I took a lot of photos using the M9 mode because you don't get the corrosion of the sensor, and you get the beautiful results. You can change the exposure value with the Leica ring. So it is great, actually. That is something that is maybe one of the reasons I would get this phone for. I'm probably not going to get this phone, but if I was to get this phone, this is probably what I would be shooting the most with. And when you're shooting that mode, by the way, you can customize your shutter button. So I put a red one because I think it looks cool. They included CAI, Content Authenticity Initiative, that was introduced originally with the Leica M11P, and pretty much all the cameras after that, well, not all of them, but the SL3S has it too, and now they included it here too. And that is great because if you're a journalist or someone that needs to show or prove that your photos were not tampered with using AI, or you need to show the changes that were made and the modifications in the photo, you can do so thanks to the CAI. And I think this is something pretty smart because I know that the Xiaomi 17 Ultra that was recently announced does not have that. In terms of accessories, it comes in this beautiful box that I showed you earlier, and inside the box, it is very premium looking, very Leica-like, I have to say. And you will find your accessories. There's the case, obviously, with the Leica ring at the back, the little logo here. There's a white microfiber rag with the Leica logo, the cable, USB-A to USB-C. You get the cap, beautiful cap that goes on top of your phone. I find this to be really cool. There's a screen protector that's already pre-installed, and I think all the Xiaomi phones have that, which is really cool compared to iPhone. And there is a strap, a red, beautiful nylon strap. I think this is a fine detail because you will avoid dropping your phone in case by mistake, because it's easy to drop. You know, it's a phone, so that is a nice detail. There's the engraving Leica Germany on the side when you remove the cover. I like that particularly. It makes it very special. There are video features in this phone, but I wanted to talk mainly about the photo side of things, so I'm not gonna cover that part. There are a lot of pros, but there are also some cons that I want to mention here. The biggest con, in my opinion, is the fact that there's no micro SD card slot, so you have to rely on the internal storage, which is 1 terabyte. It's not bad by all means. It's more than enough. But the thing is, when you have to transfer your files from this phone/camera onto your Mac, if you're a Mac user like myself, you will have to use a third-party app. The one I used is called Mac Droid, which you can download for free, all your photos and content from your phone, so you don't have to pay for the app. But if you want to start deleting things and doing other things, then you will have to pay a subscription. But anyway, you will have to have this third-party app. There are other apps, but my point being, this is centered a lot around the fact of taking photos, and you can't download them on the Mac. I find that to be a little bit of a pity. Another detail is the haptic feedback of the Leica ring that might be changed in post software updates, but you can't disable it when you're not in photo mode. Like right now, my phone is in standby, and if I turn this, I will feel the movement of this Leica ring in my pocket, even if I have the cover on it. That means that you don't know if you're getting a call, a message. If you move it a little bit, it will vibrate in your pocket. I don't know why it doesn't get disabled when you get off camera mode, but I think this should be fixed ASAP. I know the Xiaomi 17 Ultra has a grip that you can buy with a shutter button here. I've reviewed the 13 Ultra on this channel some time ago. You can go check the video up here. But the thing is, that was included, that was part of it. It does not have that in this Leitz phone. And I don't know if it is compatible because there's a Leica, the Leica ring. So I don't know if you can buy the one for the 17 Ultra and use it on this model. That to me is a big negative or con, because I remember using an external shutter and it was really comfortable to use, and it made the experience more like a camera rather than using a smartphone. You can change your aperture after you took the photo, and that means that it's going to be more or less blurry in the background. They also show you, and I did talk about this in my review of the Leica Lux app, that they show you Sumilux, Noctilux, Summicron, all those lenses from Leica, and they even show a little picture of each one of them. You can choose your aperture based on that. So you can set it, for example, to f/0.95 like a Noctilux. The thing is, a Noctilux is way more expensive, is about 5 times the price of this phone itself, just the lens. The fact of including that in the phone almost downgrades what that Noctilux can produce. The reason why those lenses are so expensive is because there's a lot of know-how behind it, the quality of the materials, but also, and mainly, it is not just about the subject being here and everything else is blurry. There's a transition between what's sharp, what's blurry. There's a certain quality in the blurry parts of the photo. There's a certain 3D pop from the subject coming out from the background. And it is not a digital effect, it is really an optical effect made with, elements. And that's something that you can change in post here, and it's just gonna cut around the subject and make the background blurry and the subject sharp. That's something I don't like, and that's not just Xiaomi, that's any phone, even the iPhone does that. And I think they should just remove it altogether. I understand that some people might wanna say, hey, it's fun, you can change the aperture afterwards, but I don't think it makes sense. So to me, that is a con. So what is my conclusion about this beautiful Leitz phone, this Leica phone? I think it is a great idea. I think there are a lot of great things, and the best camera is the one with you, the one that's on you. So if you have a phone that's similar to your Leica cameras and you don't want to lug your Leica cameras with you, or you don't want to, you're just somewhere and you want to take a great photo, as great as you can, you would use a phone like this with a 1-inch sensor, and I think you're gonna get really good results. I mean, you saw some photos that I shot with this phone, and I'm pretty happy with the results. Now, is this going to replace your actual camera? No, never. This is not going to replace a Leica camera, just because of the optical quality of things, the sensor, the feeling. There's so many reasons why I'm not even going to compare this to a Leica camera. For those that asked me in the past week, no, the answer is no, it's not going to replace it. I'm not even trying to compare them. But you're going to get some good stuff in your pocket at all times, every day. And if you're used to using Android rather than iPhone, then you can get both your phone and your camera at the same time in your pocket. Not a bad combo. I hope this answered some of your questions, burning questions about this Leitz phone. If you have any other question, don't hesitate to write it down in the comment section below. I'll answer it as soon as possible. And I see you in my next video. Don't forget to subscribe if you like my content, and put a thumbs up if this video was interesting. Cheers.